All right, everybody. So the flow for today is going to take us toward a one-legged crow, ideally. And just keep in mind, that's just where all the engagement kind of goes here, and that's where the focus is. So you're going to feel a lot of things going through the upper body, through the shoulders, the chest, the upper back, along the back line of the body as well. And we're working with a good bit of compression, really, folding, basically hinging at the hip and pulling your thigh in toward your torso as close as you can go. And all that builds up to what you need to hold on to the one-legged crow. Now, the one-legged crow itself is a real hassle to do, all right? It takes a hell of a lot more engagement than a regular crow. Whether or not you get there all the way, it's not that big a deal. Just work things as best you can, see how far you can go with this today. And that is pretty much the demonstration I have before we start. So once we get into the main part of the flow, we're gonna take this to the crow first, and that's what I'll be cueing. And then I'll come out of that and take this into a setup for one-legged crow that I don't use very often. And so this is gonna be different than you usually see from most of my classes that go in this direction. And just feel things out. If you wanna take the other setup, feel free. Everything's optional. Everything's just as far as you wanna take things, so just keep that in mind. So as usual with crow, at the end of the sequence, we're gonna take this from a forward fold. Have both hands down about shoulder width, grip the floor with your fingers, lift your heels, and bring the knees to touch your arms. Look forward, lean forward, just go slow. And if you're gonna balance this, you wanna lean, set your feet lift together. Big toes to touch, heels to your seat, take it to where you can. Now, usually you take the one-legged crow from here. And from this, I'm just gonna release my left knee, squeeze the left leg toward the right. You can take this variation of the pose with both knees tucked in. You can extend one leg back from here and just work that as best you can. That's not what I'm gonna actually cue during the flow today. If you wanna go into that entry, keep in mind, just go ahead and take that if you like. But otherwise, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna step this down from crow, and I'm gonna come back to a shortened down dog position. So what I'm talking about here is I'm gonna bring my feet down, step this back, and my full down dog puts me about here. And I can feel what this is like when I'm stretched out in this position. I'm just gonna step my feet forward one step to shorten this, and this is how we're gonna enter. So from this position, just step your feet back and then shift your shoulders forward so the arms are vertical, shoulders are wrist. And then depending on which knees comes forward, and I'll cue which one, I'm gonna pull my left knee forward to my left arm and then bend to the elbows. So my shoulders come forward as my elbows come back. And as I do this, I'm gonna keep my hips high, let my head go low and forward and keep the gaze forward. And just keep your hips lifted like this. Now, if you can keep on shifting forward, you're gonna feel that back foot lift up off the floor. You can just hang like this if you like. And if you wanna pull the knee in toward your chest and squeeze the legs together, you can take it from there. Now, if you can hold on to this position with the legs straight, maybe start to engage your glutes and see about lifting up to bring that leg in line. And that is going to be challenging, keep in mind. It takes a hell of a lot of core strength to come into your one-legged crow, and you've got to use the compression on the front leg to keep that pulled in so that you don't lose your balance and you're not just dumping all your weight onto the arm that knee is actually set on top of. You want to keep your hips high, keep your head low, just work it as best you can. And the strength for that does not come overnight. So if you're having trouble with this, just work it to whatever point you can take this toward. Hold the tension as much as you can. And that's how you chip into it to get into this pose, keep in mind. So just feel things out, see where you want to take this today. If that second entry is not going to work at all, you can always take the first entry, the more normal entry in my classes that I showed you before. But just feel this out. And crow by itself is fine as well. You don't have to take it all the way there. So just keep all that in mind. So all that said, let's go ahead and start this on our backs. And what I'm going to recommend for here to start is basically taking this into a legs up the wall position. So with your back on the floor, just extend both legs up toward the ceiling. And of course, we're doing this with an imaginary wall. You should just be on your mat. And don't worry about straightening your legs too much. Just keep them basically vertical and find a position where you can actually keep them stacked without a whole lot of effort. So don't worry about straightening your legs. You can have a light bend in your knees. You don't have to point the toes or anything like that. Keep a little bit of engagement on the inner thighs to keep the legs in line with each other. And if you need to, you can bring your feet a little bit closer to your head, and that'll probably help to tilt your pelvis back and flatten your low back on the floor. But you want to feel at least enough stacking here so it doesn't take a whole lot of effort to keep your legs up in the air. Now once you've set that up, go ahead and relax your arms out at your sides with the palms open toward the ceiling. And you can have your hands past your head or bring the elbows down toward your waist, whatever suits you best. But let your shoulders sink down to the floor. Let your chest open up. And then just close your eyes. So just give yourself a moment to settle in here. Let your mind quiet down. And then start to deepen your breathing. So with the inhales, pull as much air as you can. Try to fill up your lungs. Hold on to all that breath at the top. When you exhale, constrict the back of your throat. So slow your breath down on the way back out. And just work to make your exhales last at least as long as your inhales as you breathe. And just keep breathing like this to begin. Now when you're ready, take a deep inhale. When you exhale, just open your eyes. And then go ahead, bring your feet down to the floor. Just set them up about hips width distance apart. And let's take things slow to begin. So with your next inhale, reach your arms out long past your head. And when you exhale, just bring your arms down to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides. Inhale, reach us out long. Exhale, arms to your sides again. Inhale, reach us out long. And with the exhale, bring the arms down, but curl forward as well. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Stay lifted for a moment. Stretch long through your fingertips. Let's go back and forth from here. So with your next inhale, roll this out. And then with the exhale, curl forward. Inhale, roll this out long again. Exhale, curl forward. Inhale, roll this out long. Now with the exhale, curl forward and stay lifted like this. So stretch forward through your fingertips. Keep your gaze forward. Belly pulled in, low back down. And then while you hold on to that lift, press into your left foot. Pull the right knee in as close to your nose as you can. And go slow. Set your right foot down. Now pull your left knee in close. Keep your head lifted. And set your left foot down. Pull the right knee in close. Try to bring your head forward. Right foot down. Pull your left knee in close. Keep that lift. Go slow. And set your left foot down. Now pull your right knee again. Keep reaching forward with both hands. Set your right foot down. Pull your left knee in close. And then set your left foot down. Couple more rounds. Pull the right knee in close. Stay lifted. Stay reaching. Right foot comes down. Pull your left knee in close here. And then set your left foot down. Now one more round. Pull the right knee in close. And if you're not doing it already, try to bring your nose forward and actually touch your knee. And then set that right foot down. Pull your left knee in close one more time. Try to touch your nose to your knee. And then set that foot down. Go ahead, take hold of your knees, squeeze them into your chest, relax your head, and just pull everything down for a moment here. And then go ahead, release your grip and bring your feet down to the floor. We're going to take this into bridge right away. So feet and knees about hips width distance apart. Just bring your arms down to your sides. And keep your heels close enough to your seat that you can basically start with your low back flat or as much as possible. Keep your gaze up high and we'll take this up and down. So with an inhale, press into your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, press your hips up high. Exhale, roll down again. Inhale, lift your hips. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips high. Exhale, roll back down. Now inhale, lift your hips up one more time and stay up. Now as you hold on to this, see about taking this further. Squeeze your glutes, keep your hips lifting, and then press into your toes. And try to lift your heels up off the floor. Glutes are still engaged, hips still pressing high. Try to squeeze the knees toward each other as well. And just breathe here. Take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly just bring it all down. Now once you're down, we're going to bring it up again with another version of this pose. So I want you to keep your arms at your sides with the palms on the floor. But then step your feet away from you about 1 foot's length. And obviously this is not going to be too precise, but you should feel a bit more stretched out when you lift. Still with the feet in line, still about hips width distance. Now again, pressing your palms, keep your gaze up high. And then with an inhale, pressing your feet, squeeze your glutes, lift your hips. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, press your hips up high again. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your hips. Exhale, roll back down. Inhale, press your hips high. And then with the exhale, lower. Inhale, press your hips up again. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift your hips up and hold this time. Now keep your glutes squeezing, keep your hips lifted, keep your hands pressing into the floor. And then without letting go of that lift, shift your weight to your left foot and extend your right leg forward in line with your left thigh. And set the right foot down and just take it back and forth. Press into the right foot. Extend your left leg forward. And set your left foot down. Keep your glutes squeezing. Extend your right leg long again. Right foot comes back down. Push into your right foot. Extend your left leg. And then set that foot down. One more round. Extend forward to the right leg again. And bring the right foot down. Extend forward to your left leg one more time. And then left foot down. Now keep your feet in that long stance from here, about hips width distance apart. Squeeze your glutes, press the hips up higher, hold your lift. And then to take it further, see about lifting your toes. Dig down into your heels and try to pull the heels toward your shoulders. Engage more tension, engage more of that lift, and keep breathing. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just roll everything back down. Once you come down, just go ahead and bring your hands underneath your head. Palms open, fingers in a lace. Rest your head on your hands. Keep the elbows wide, keep the shoulders on the floor. Feet about hips width distance apart, and just twist this. Take your knees to the right. And then over to the left. And just go back and forth, side to side at your own pace. Now keep the shoulders grounded and let the rest of your body just twist. And let's just give it one more round to deepen. So the next time the knees come to the right side, keep them there. Now press your legs down to the floor. Try to engage and lift the right hip, or just engage toward lifting. Hold your twist, keep your shoulders down. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, just release your twist. Now bring this through center to the other side. Press your knees down to the left. And engage this. Try to lift that left hip up off the floor. Just engage the tension toward lifting. And then go ahead, bring this back down. Bring your knees back to center. And release your hands from underneath your head. Take hold of your knees. And squeeze in. Now as you pull in, curl into this. Lift your head, lift your shoulders. Bring your nose close to your knees. And then while you're curled, switch your grip. Bring the hands underneath your knees as your legs are bent. And keep your spine rounded. Start to roll. Bring your weight back toward your shoulders. And then down to the tailbone. And just keep moving back and forth like this. Now I want you to roll this about 4 or 5 times. And then once you're ready, we're going to take this up to boat. So try to roll this forward onto your sit bones. Ideally without putting your feet on the floor. Though if the feet come down, you can always just lean back and lift them. Now once you're up, just sit this upright as tall as you can. Draw the thighs in close. You're working the compression here, trying to pull the thighs in as close as you can and closing that gap right at the hip crease. Now take it further. See about bringing your shins toward parallel with the floor. Still sit this upright. And then release your grip with your arms at your sides. Now we'll go back and forth from this position of kneeling and loosen things up. So lower the right foot behind your left leg. For the first round, we'll take it slow. So bring the right shin down, bring your left foot down. You can use your hands if you need to. Come all the way up to kneeling. Squeeze your glutes and press the hips forward. Once you're up, pull your belly in. Round your spine, come down slow. Set yourself down light and bring your legs back together. Other side, left foot behind the right leg. Roll forward, left shin down, right foot down. You can use your hands, but bring it up to kneeling. Press your hips forward. And then come back down lightly. Bring it back to boat, bring the legs together. Now if you can, try not to use your hands. Right foot behind the left leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips, press forward at the top. Pull back in and round. Take it down light and come back to boat. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round your spine and bring your legs back together. Right foot behind the left leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward at the top. Pull back in. Round your spine and come back to boat. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round your spine and bring the legs back together. Right foot behind the left leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward once you're up. Pull back in and round. Take it down light and move with control. Left foot behind the right leg, roll forward, lean forward, lift, hips forward at the top. Pull back in, round your spine, and then just come back to boat and hold here. Now still, sit this up tall, draw the thighs in close, work that compression. And if you can take it further, maybe extend your legs and bring your feet up higher, still with the thighs pulled in close. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, cross at the ankles, roll forward your hands and find all fours. Now once you take it into all fours, just give yourself a moment here, move around. Stretch your hands, stretch your fingers, let the shoulders and hips move side to side, and just feel things out. And feel out where you're loose and where you're tight. And then once you're ready, just bring this into all fours. And we'll take this further into the wrist. So I want you to walk your hands a little bit closer to your knees than the usual, all fours. So the hands are maybe 2 hands lengths forward. And then flip your hands over. Backs of the hands down, palms facing up, the fingertips pointing toward you. Now spread your fingers out wide, press your fingertips down. And keep the hands engaged like this, like clawing into the floor with the backs of your hands. Keep your spine lifted. Now if this is too intense, just slide the hands in closer. You can take the weight to your legs. You can lean further to the hands if you want more intensity. And this may be enough right here. You can just sway the shoulders side to side. Now, if you want to take this further into movement, keep that tension in your hands with the fingertips pressing down. Keep your knees bent. And then lift one leg at a time. So bring your right foot up so the sole of the foot faces the ceiling. Open up your hip. Reach that big toe down into the left. And then come back to center. Both knees down. Keep your hands grounded. Lift your bent left leg. And then reach up and over down to the right. And then come back into center. Right leg lifts up and over, big toe down to the left side again. Come back into center. Left leg lifts up and over, down to the right. Bring this back into center. Lift your right leg again, up and over, down to the left. And then bring this back into center. Fingertips still pressing down. Left leg lifts up and over to the right. And then back down to center here. And then come up onto your fingertips and we'll take one more stretch. Walk your hands forward. And come to your usual all fours. Resting the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, palms down. And then from here, rotate your hands, fingertips out to the sides, in toward your knees as far as you can go. Set your hands flat, spread the fingers out wide, dig your fingertips down. Keep that grip, press your spine toward the ceiling. Again, you can get the hands closer if you need to, if you want to back off. And if you want to stay with this, you can just shift your shoulders a little bit side to side, but keep that grip. Now, if you can take it further, extend your right leg straight back, reach for the big toe. And then reach that right big toe as far left as you can go. Hold this. Now you're still gripping the floor with the fingers. And then pulse this sideways. So you're going to move like a fish on my count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your right knee back down. Other side, left foot straight back. Reach to your big toe. Bring that left big toe as far right as you can. You're still gripping the floor with all 10 fingertips. And then pulse this sideways. Again, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your left knee down. Come up onto your fingertips. Walk your hands back in. Come to sitting on your heels. Just take a moment, shake your hands out. Loosen up your fingers and loosen up your wrists. Now, once the hands are ready, come back to all fours. And we'll take it down from the hands and onto the forearms. We're going to take this into dolphin. So both forearms down to the mat. Now you can have the forearms parallel with the palms down or press the palms together, whatever suits you best. But you want to be sure you can keep your elbows under control. Keep them shoulder width. So find the position that allows that control. Once you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, lift your knees, bring your hips up. And if you're not trying sure about this position, you can always back off. You can keep it bend the knees. You can take a break anytime, bring your knees to the floor and come back up when you're ready. But if you can go further, walk your feet forward, get your hips up as high as you can. Now, whatever you choose, press in your hands, distribute the weight across your forearms so you're not just pressing into the elbows. Stay lifted between the shoulders. You can just stay here and let your head hang. Now, if you're going to take it further, I'm going to cue this into dolphin push-up. So for that, with an inhale, bring your chin as far forward as you can. And then exhale back, hips high. Forward for 2. Exhale back. Forward for 3. Exhale back again. Forward for 4. Exhale back. Forward for 5. Now exhale back and hold here. And you can keep both feet down, or we're going to make this a little bit harder and take this further. Now for that, extend your right leg straight up, keep it lifted, keep it straight. And then again, bring your chin as far forward as you can. And exhale back. Forward for 2. Exhale back. Forward for 3. Exhale back. Forward for 4. Exhale back. Forward for 5. Exhale back one more time. Bring your right foot down. And of course, we got to do it on the other side. Left leg high, point through the toes. You can always keep both feet down. When you're ready, bring your chin as far forward as you can. And then exhale back. Forward for 2. Exhale back. Forward for 3. Exhale back. Forward for 4. Exhale back again. Forward for 5. Exhale back. Bring your left foot down. Bring your knees to the floor. And come back up to all fours. And then once you're in all fours, give yourself a moment. Move around. Now, one more thing to warm things up before we move on. So, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to take this a little bit of twisting. So, once you press into the palms, tuck the toes of both feet, hover your knees up off the floor. You're still basically on all fours. And we'll take this from one side to the other. So, bring your right knee forward, just touch your left elbow. And then step back. Left knee to right elbow. Step it back. Right knee left again. And back. Left knee right. Step it back. Now, right knee to left elbow, hold here. Drop your left heel, lift your left hand, just open left side. Don't think about it too hard. And then come back to center, both hands down, both feet down. Other side, left knee to right elbow, hold here. Drop the right heel, lift the right hand, open to your right side. And then bring it back to center. And then just keep on taking this back and forth at your own pace. Now, if you like, you can just keep both hands on the floor and just bring the knee to the opposite elbow. And if you're going to take it toward that twist, just feel out the motion here and take it back and forth. Now, if you get the hang of it, you can always take this faster and just hop it back and forth. So there's only ever one foot on the floor, but just take it to where you need to. And just breathe with this. And you're not going to need too much of this, so just take a few more rounds. And try to finish this with your chest open to the right side before you settle in at center. And bring both knees down. Once you come back to all fours, take a moment here to breathe. Now you can just stay here and breathe, take a little break if you like, maybe take another stretch before you move on. But whenever you're ready, go ahead, tuck your toes, straighten your legs, lift your hips, and find your downward facing dog. Now, once you move into position, take a look at how you set this up. Hands about shoulder width distance apart. Press your palms down flat. You want to feel some weight toward the base of your thumbs, keep in mind. And then sink your chest low to the floor. Now, as your chest sinks down, press your hips up as high toward the ceiling as you can. And let that upward reaching through the hips start to lengthen and straighten everything out from the wrist creases through to the hips. Hold tension in your core through the belly, around the low ribs like you're cinching a belt. If your legs are tight, if your hamstrings are tight, let that go. You can always bend your knees. If you want to stay loose, you can just pedal this out, let your hips move side to side. When you're ready, here, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just bend the knees, look forward, and step this to the front of the mat. Let's take a ragdoll fold. Now, feet about hips with distance apart, deep bend in the knees. Let your belly touch your thighs. Let your head hang, let your spine round. Let everything go long and loose here, and let the muscles in your neck relax. Now, you can hang your hands on the floor. You can reach to opposite elbows if you like, and maybe shake this further side to side. And then from wherever you are, just release any grip that you have. Keep the knees bent to begin. And just slowly restack your spine. So round this up to vertical. Bring your head up last. And just open up your palms at your sides. Now, when you're ready, with an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, just bring your hands down to heart center. Take a moment to breathe. Set an intention. Let your mind clear. Find your focus. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release your hands. Now with the next inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, slowly fold this forward. So hinge at the hips, start with a straight spine, put a little bend in your knees. Keep your core engaged, move smoothly, and then just release this at the bottom. Now with an inhale, lift up halfway, fingertips to the floor or to your shins, lengthen forward to the crown of your head. And with the exhale, just bring your hands to the mat, step this back to high plank. Now find your shape. Wrists at the shoulders, palms press to the floor. Press the floor away from you. Press your spine up toward the ceiling. And then when you're ready from here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, slowly bring your shoulders forward as the elbows bend. Keep your body in line, elbows pulled in at your sides, and lower with control, all the way down to your belly. Once you're down, flatten the feet out behind you, hands under the shoulders, elbows in at your sides. We'll take it up and down through low cobras. With an inhale, peel up your head, neck, and chest. Exhale, roll this back down. Inhale, peel up again. Exhale, lower. Inhale, peel up one more time. Let us stay lifted here. Keep the lift in your upper body. Press into your feet. Take somewhere all the weight out of your hands. Elbows at your sides. Pull the shoulders back. Keep your gaze forward. And use the muscle lining your spine. Lift your chest up a little bit higher. Take an inhale. Exhale, roll this back down. Now hands under the shoulders, elbows into your sides. Press the palms down to the floor. Let's take it to upward facing dog. So with an inhale, straighten your arms. Now pull your chest forward, let your hips hang, stay on the tops of your feet. Keep your legs active, work to lift your knees up from the mat. To take it further, kick your feet down, squeeze your glutes, try to pull the hips forward to deepen and lengthen the arc through the front. Lift with your arms, lift with your shoulders, keep your neck long, keep your chest pulling forward. And then take a deep inhale. With the exhale, pull your belly and hips up high, back to down dog. Paddle that. Let your hips move side to side. And let's take it through our sun salutations here. Steady movement, take a deep inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold this back down. Inhale to standing with your arms up high. And then with the exhale, fold this all the way back down again. Inhale, halfway lift. And with the exhale, hands to the mat, chaturangas, next high plank to low. Now with an inhale, open up your chest, lift your gaze, up dog or cobra. And with the exhale, pull your belly and bring your hips up out of down dog. 2 more rounds like that. Keep it steady. Take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand and reach your arms up high. Exhale, bring it back down. Inhale, halfway lift here. And with the exhale, hands to the floor, high plank the lows next. Now with an inhale, open up, drop forward. Exhale, pull back in. And bring your hips back up. One last round, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale to standing with your arms up high. Exhale, fold this all the way down again. Inhale, lift halfway here. And with the exhale, set the hands, chaturanga. With an inhale, open up, draw forward. Exhale, pull back in. Bring your hips back up. Just find your downward facing dog and breathe here for a moment. Now from your down dog, take a deep inhale. And with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold back down. Inhale to standing, arms reach high. Now with the exhale this time, sink into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now as you settle in, pay attention to your stance. Feet not too wide, within hips width distance. Big toes and knees towards center, belly pulled in. I want to bind this low, so bring your hands to your low back. Palms facing away, fingers spread wide. Pull the shoulders back. Keep your elbows wide. Keep your chest open. Maybe sink this down lower. Now just keep your gaze forward. Focus weight on the left foot. Lift your right heel. You're still in chair. Right leg forward. Dip the big toe down. Now draw a semicircle all the way behind you. And then draw it to the front. All the way back again. Keep your balance here. And then bring that big toe forward. One more time, bring that right big toe all the way back. Keep your chest open, bring it to the front. And then set the right foot down next to the left. Now press into the right foot, lift your left heel, still looking forward. When you're ready, straighten your right leg and bring the left knee up high. Hold here. Now keep your chest open, dig into the right big toe, find your balance. And point the left big toe down to the floor. Now when to stay balanced, we're going to move a little bit. We're taking this back and forth through hinging. So I want you to keep a little down on the right knee. Keep your gaze forward, shoulders back. And then slowly hinge from the right hip. Keep looking forward. Start to face your chest toward the floor. Take it to where you can. And then bring yourself back up to vertical. with your left knee high. Woo, hold your balance best you can. Now again, like that when you're ready. Hinge from the right hip, keep a little bit on the right knee. Shoulders pulled back, keep your gaze forward. And then all the way back to vertical. And bring your left knee up high. Take it slow, one more time. Start to hinge forward, keep your shoulders pulled back, keep looking forward, keep breathing. And then bring yourself back up the vertical with your left knee high. I don't know why I'm losing it today. Here we go. All right, once you're back up, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, step the left foot back, both hands come down, and bring yourself to low lunge. Now from your low lunge, we're gonna take this into a fallen triangle. So both palms down, extend the right leg out to the left, and then drop your left heel. Now reach your left arm high, open left side, keep your hips lifted, bring your gaze up high, and this is good enough. Now if you wanna take it further, take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm face away, pull that shoulder back. Further still, maybe lift the right foot up off the floor. Now if that foot is lifted, move it back and forth. Touch the heel to your left knee. And then extend the leg. Heel to knee again. And extend the leg. Heel to knee one more time. Extend the leg. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, bring it back to center. Left hand down, right foot between your hands, low lunge. Now we're going to take it down to a kneeling lunge. Left knee down, left foot flat behind your hips is still square. And then just bring your hands to your hips with an inhale. Come all the way to upright. Now everything stacks to vertical from the left knee up. Feet still in two separate tracks. Press into the right foot, kick into the left. Keep the hips where they are. And then with an inhale, reach up high. And then start to reach back. Bring your gaze up high. Now keep your hips pressing forward, still stacked over your left knee. And just open up your chest. Keep breathing, keep reaching. Now to take this back and forth, I want you to hold that extension through your spine. But just twist a little bit here. Reach your right hand down toward the left heel. You don't have to touch it. You're just rotating. And then come back up the center. You're still holding that long arc. Lower the left hand toward your left heel. And then bring this back to center. Right hand reaches down again. Let your body twist. Back to center here. Reach your left hand down. Come back to center. Hips are still pressing forward. Right hand down one more time. Back up the center with the arms in line. Left hand down one more time. And then back up the center here. With your next inhale, just bring your torso upright. Look forward. And then bring your hands to your low back. Now interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back and open up your chest. And this time we'll take it toward the front of the mat. So deep under the right knee, sink the hips down and forward, keep your shoulders pulled back. Press into your right foot, come back up. Again, deep under the right knee, keep your torso upright, sink this as deeply as you can. And then press into your right foot, come back up. One more time, deep under the right knee, bring the hips down and forward, keep your torso upright, press your knuckles toward the floor. Now hold here, and if you can take it further, kick into your left foot, maybe hover your left knee up off the mat, but stay low. And then from here, let's press it back up. Push into the right foot. Stack the hips over your left knee. Now I want to take it forward with another round. Slight difference with the position of the feet. So I want you to slide your right foot about 1 foot's length closer to you. And the difference here is you're going to lift the right heel as you come forward, so feel this out. Keep your shoulders pulled back still. Now, lift the right heel, let the right knee go forward as the hips come forward and low. And then pull back in and set that right foot flat. Again, right heel comes up, the right knee presses forward, keep your shoulders pulled back. And then come back up the center again. One more time. Right knee forward, lift the right heel, keep the knuckles pressing toward the floor, keep looking forward and stay low. If you want to go further, you can kick that left foot, maybe hover the left knee. The balance is a little bit tricky. And then come back up the center. Set the right foot flat and the left knees down. Now, when you're ready, just hinge forward, touch your belly to the right thigh, look forward. We're going to take this up to a pyramid stance, and your stance is already shortened. So go ahead, tuck the toes of your left foot, lift your left knee, and then set the left foot flat. So this should be about right, about 3 feet front to back, but still hips width distance side to side, so your hips are still squared. Both legs straight, left foot points to the side, about 45 degrees or so. Pull the left hip forward, the right hip back. Keep your shoulders pulled back. And let's take this halfway down, so take an inhale. With the exhale, hinge from the hips, lead with your chest. Keep looking forward, no lower than halfway. And keep that extension through your spine. Now, as you hold on here, we're going to take this to a twist. So go ahead and release that arm bind, release your grip. Right arm stays behind your back. Left arm reaches past the right thigh. Now lift the right shoulder, open your chest up to the right side, look up toward the ceiling. And maybe just stay right here. Now, if this is too much, you can bend the right knee, keep in mind. You can always set the left hand on your right leg for support, but still keep your twist. Right shoulder high, bring your gaze up high, and still keep extending the top of your head toward the front of the room. Keep breathing. Now we're going to hold this twist but switch the position. So your right shoulder stays high. Bring your gaze down to the floor. And then bend the right knee, release your left hand to the floor, fold your right foot. We're setting this up for a revolved half moon. Put the weight to the right foot, lift the left, extend your left leg straight back, keep the right shoulder high and look to the right side. And this is good enough right here. Now if you can take it further, maybe straighten the right leg, maybe reach your right arm straight up. And if you want to bind this, go ahead, bend the left knee, reach with your right hand. If you find that left foot kicking your hand, let this pull your shoulder back and deepen your twist. But stay balanced on that right foot. Keep breathing here. Stay open to the right side through the upper body. And then take an inhale. With the exhale, release both hands down, both feet down, forward fold. Now from that fold, when you're ready, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands, we're going to take it to crow, palms down. Grip the floor, lift your heels. Bring the knees to touch your arms, look forward, lean forward, go slow. And then to take it to balancing, keep on leaning and lift your feet together. Big toes to touch, heels to your seat. Take this to where you can. Now from here to that one-legged crow setup, I'm going to bring my feet down. And then again, we'll start this from a shortened down dog, about one step further forward than usual. And then shift your shoulders forward over your wrists, arms are vertical. Left knee to the left upper arm. Now, keep that compression. Shoulders forward as the elbows bend back toward you. Your hips stay high, your head comes forward and down. Now, maybe just stay here, grip the floor with your fingers. See about hovering the right foot above the floor. You can pull the right knee to your chest if you like, or use the glutes and extend that right leg up. Take it to where you can, and then take it to your Vinyasa when you're ready. And like I said, there's nothing easy about that one-legged crow. So just work it to the point you can take it towards. Try not to get too frustrated there. All right, from down dog, we'll take all that to the other side. So when you're ready here, take an inhale. Now with the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to stand and reach your arms high. And with the exhale, sink back into chair. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now again, beware of your stance, not too wide, within hips width distance, big toes and knees toward each other, belly pulled in. And then hands to your low back again, palms facing away, fingers spread wide, elbows wide. Pull your shoulders back, keep your chest open, and see about sinking down lower. Now focus weight on the right foot, lift your left heel this time, you're still in chair. Left leg forward, dip the big toe down. Draw a semicircle all the way behind you, and then bring it to the front. All the way back again, and then bring that big toe forward. Now all the way back one more time, and then bring the big toe forward again. Now step the left foot down next to the right. Put the weight to your left foot, lift the right heel. When you're ready, bring it up to standing, straighten your left leg and lift the right knee. Now take a moment, breathe here, keep your gaze forward, shoulders pulled back. And again, we're going to move here as we're balancing, back and forth to hinging, so keep a little bend in your left knee. And then slowly hinge from the left hip. Keep your gaze forward, shoulders back, bring your torso down toward parallel with the floor. And then come back up the vertical and bring your right knee up high. Again, take it slow, hinge from the left hip. Keep looking forward, keep your shoulders back, come down toward that halfway fold. Back up the vertical with your right knee lifted. One more time, hinge forward. Shoulders pulled back, keep looking forward, keep breathing here. And then bring it back up the vertical one more time. And then once you're back upright, take an inhale. With the exhale, right foot steps back, both hands come down, find your low lunge. Now low lunge to your fallen triangle. Left leg extends out to the right. Now drop the right heel, press into your left hand, reach your right arm high. Keep your hips lifted. You can just stay like this, good enough. Now if you're gonna go further, take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm facing, keep that shoulder pulled back. Further still, lift the left foot up off the floor. Your hips are still high. Now if the left foot's lifted, touch that heel to your right knee. And then extend the leg. Left heel to right knee. Extend the leg. One more time, heel to knee. And then extend the leg. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, back to center. Both hands down, left foot between your hands, low lunge. Now from here to the kneeling lunge, bring the right knee down. Flatten the right foot behind. Hands to hips with an inhale, just bring your torso to upright. Now, you're still on two separate tracks with the legs, so the hips are squared. Right hip forward, left hip back. Legs are supposed to be about 90 degrees. Everything stacks up vertical from the right knee up. Press into the left foot, kick into the right. With an inhale, reach your arms up high. And then with the exhale, start to reach back and lean back, but keep your hips stacked over that right knee. Find the length all through your spine. Now, as you hold on to this, just let your head fall back, keep your chest open. And then take that light twist side to side. So lower the left hand down toward your right heel. Back up to center, arms in line. Reach the right hand down toward the heel. And then come back up. Left hand reaches down again, keep your chest open. Come back to center. Right hand reaches down, feel the twist. And bring it back up. One more time, reach with your left hand. Come back up. One more time, reach down with the right. Bring it back up. With an inhale, bring your torso upright, look forward. And once you're back to that kneeling lunge, bring your hands to your low back and find the grip that feels strange. Interlace the fingers, pull the palms together, draw your shoulders back and keep your chest open. Now let's take it toward the front of the mat. Bend your left knee, sink the hips down and forward. Keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your torso upright. Press into your left foot, come back up. Bend deep in left knee, sink down and forward, keep your upper body vertical. Press into your left foot, come back up. One more time, bend to that left knee, sink down and forward, press your knuckles toward the floor, shoulders stay back. Now stay low here. If you want to go further, kick into the right foot, maybe try to hover that right knee. And then press into your left foot, come back up, back to that kneeling lunge. Now we'll take one more round like that, sinking forward. So to switch this up, slide your left foot in closer, maybe about 1 foot's length. And this time you're going to lift the left heel and press the knee forward as you sink down. So left heel up, bring the knee forward as you sink your hips low, keep your shoulders pulled back. And then come back up the vertical, set the left heel down. Again, let the left knee go forward, lift the left heel as you lower. And then come back up with the left foot flat. One more time, lift your left heel, pull the left knee forward, pull the right hip forward as well. Keep your knuckles pressing down, keep your gaze forward, keep breathing. Maybe kick into the right foot and hover that knee. And then slowly press back up with the left heel down. Now from here, in this shortened stance, hinge from the hips, belly to your left thigh. Tuck the toes of your right foot. Now lift the right knee up off the floor and come up to that pyramid stance, and the feet should be just about in position. So it's basically one pace front to back, about 3 feet or so. Still with the feet on 2 separate tracks, both legs straight, right hip forward, left hip back, and the right foot's rotated to the side about 45 degrees or so. Keep your shoulders pulled back, and let's take it halfway down, so take an inhale. With the exhale, hinge from the hips, lower down toward halfway, lead with your chest, and hold. Left hip still pulling back, right hip still pulling forward. Now release your hands. Left arm stays bound behind your back, but reach your right arm past your left thigh. Now lift your left shoulder, open up your chest to the left side, and bring your gaze up toward the ceiling. Now you can back off from this, you can bend your left knee, you can set the right hand on your left leg for support, but try to keep your torso parallel to the floor, and keep your gaze toward the ceiling. Keep breathing here as you're twisting. Now hold the twist, your left shoulder stays high, bring your gaze straight down to the floor. Put a little bend in your left knee, bring the right hand down forward with your left foot. And we're going to take this to revolved half moon. Now the weights in your left foot, lift the right. Extend the right leg straight back. And then just bring your gaze left. You can stay here. If you want to go further, straighten your left leg, maybe reach your left arm straight up. Keep the twist in your upper body. If you want to bind it, bend the right knee, reach with your left hand, find the right foot. And if you have that grip, kick in your hand, pull your shoulder further back to deepen the twist. Keep breathing. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, release this. Both hands down, both feet down, forward fold. Now from that fold, when you're ready, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And with the exhale, set the hands. Let's take it to crow. Palms down. Grip the floor with your fingers, lift your heels. And bring the knees to touch your arms. Look forward, lean forward, go slow. And you can just stay here leaning, but if you're going to balance it, lean, set the feet, lift together. Big toes to touch, heels to your seat, take it the way you can. Now, if you want to take it to one-legged crow, bring your feet down, walk it back to that shortened down dog, one step further forward than usual. And then shift your shoulders forward. Arms are vertical, shoulders wrist, grip with your fingers. Right knee, on the right arm. Now, shoulders forward, bend the elbows in towards you. Let your hips lift as your head comes forward and down. And then keep on leaning. Maybe just hover that left big toe up off the floor. You can pull the left knee in close. Or keep the left leg straight and try to lift up toward that extension. Just take things to where you can. And once you're ready, take it through another vinyasa. And keep in mind, it's that forward lean that gets you into balancing. Once you find your down dog, paddle things out here. Now we'll take this to the next sequence. So from downward facing dog, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float to the front. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to stand and reach us up high. With the exhale, sink into chair again. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now once you settle in spine this from above, right hand behind your head, palm facing in. Left palm faces the other way. Now clasp your fingers and with your left hand, pull the right arm behind your head. Press your head back into your right arm. Keep your shoulders pulled back, keep your chest open. You can sink this down lower. Now focus the weight of the left foot, lift the right heel. You're still in chair, keep looking forward. Now extend the right leg forward, dip the big toe down. Draw a semicircle all the way behind you. And then bring it to the front. All the way behind you again. And then bring that big toe forward. All the way behind you one more time. Bring the big toe forward again. Now set the right foot down next to the left. That's your base foot. Lift your left heel. Bring yourself to standing with your left knee high and take a moment, find your balance. Dig into the right big toe, slow your breathing down. Now once you're stable, just release the arm bind, hands to your hips. And then with your left hand, take hold of the left knee and pull it out to the side. Point the toes of the left foot down. Maybe just stay right here and this is good enough. Now if you're ready to move with this, we're going to hinge again, but this time open hip. Put a little bend in your right knee. And then slowly hinge on the right hip, keep your gaze forward. And you're folding this toward halfway down. Just get as close as you can. And then bring yourself back up the vertical. That left knee pretty much stays where it is in space as you move. And then again, put a little bend on the right knee. Hinge from the right hip, keep your gaze forward, come down toward halfway. And then back up the vertical with your left knee still to the side. One more time like that, hinge from the right hip. Keep your gaze forward, keep that left knee lifted. And then one more time, bring it back up the vertical. And then once you're back to vertical, just bring that left knee forward. Take an inhale. And with the exhale, step the left foot back, bring both hands down, come into your low lunge. Low lunge to your fallen triangle again. Go ahead, extend that right leg out to the left side. And then press into your right hand, drop your left heel, reach your left arm high. Keep your hips lifted, bring your gaze up high, good enough here. If you want to go further, take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm facing away, pull the shoulder back. And then maybe lift that right foot up off the floor. Now if the right foot's lifted, touch the heel to your left knee. And then extend the leg, heel to knee, and extend. Heel to knee. Extend one more time, take an inhale. And then with the exhale, back to center, left hand down, right foot between your hands, low lunge. Low lunge to your warrior two. With an inhale, drop your left heel. Lift your torso, wimble the arms, open out to your left side. Now it's deep end of the right knee, straight left leg, one line from the front heel to the back arch. Sink your hips down low, and you can always lengthen this out further, keep in mind. Everything's open to the left side. When you're ready with an inhale, go ahead, reverse this. Left hand, left thigh, right arm high and back. With the exhale, extend right over to the right thigh, left arm high forward. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend. And then inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend it forward, stay forward. And take a half bind, left arm behind your back, palm facing away, pull that shoulder back, bring your gaze up high. Good enough right here. If you want to take it deeper, right hand down inside the right leg, left shoulder stays high, stay open to the side. Further still, you can take the full bind. You can reach underneath, find that grip behind you. Wherever you are, that left shoulder is still lifted and you can still see the ceiling. Just take things to where you can. Now take an inhale here. With the exhale, release any grip you have. Bring your torso upright, hands to your hips. And let's take this into a horse stance. It's going to be heels in, toes out. Give yourself a moment, move around side to side. Bring the thighs toward parallel with the floor, the hips toward the level of the knees. And then settle this at center. Now to stay in your horse stance, bring your hands in front of your chest. Your hands are available if you need to right your balance. You can always reach down to the floor. Now we're going to switch back and forth from one foot to the next. And I want you to keep the hips at this level or lower. Careful not to lift your hips up as you switch from one foot to the other. So bring your weight to the left foot, deep in the left knee, straighten your right leg, maybe with the toes. Stay low, come through center, over to the right, straighten your left leg. Bring it back through center, over to the left, far as you can. Keep it low, come through center, over to the right again. Now a little bit different, bring it over to the left. This time lift your left heel, maybe come down lower, lift the toes of the right foot. Stay low, come through center, right heel comes up, and bring it low to the right side. Back through center, keep it low, lift your left heel. And then through center, move carefully, you can always reach down. Lift your right heel as you come to this side. Now one more time through center. Over to left. Left heel lifts. Try to sink down to sit on that left heel. And if you can't, keep your hands lifted. Right leg straight, right big toe points up toward the ceiling. Try to keep your torso toward vertical or as close as you can hold. Now we're going to stay on this left side. So just slowly drop the left heel down, look down, line that left foot up with the short side of the mat. Lift your right heel, drag that right big toe fold over until all the way to your left leg. Bring yourself up to standing with the right knee high. Find your balance. Now once you're stable, move into tree. Right foot somewhere inside the left leg. Maybe the ankle with the toes on the floor. You can bring it up to the calf. Avoid the knee and bring the foot up to the inner thigh if you want to take it higher. Right knee points toward the front of the mat wherever that foot's set. Now hands wherever keeps you balanced. Hips, heart center, you can reach straight up. If you want to go further, if you're stable, right arm inside the right leg. Keep some tension between the arm and leg. Maybe reach your left arm straight up. If you want to take it further, maybe reach your left arm up and over to the right. And maybe lean to the right side. Just take things to where you can still stay upright. Keep your gaze forward. Keep that left foot strong. Keep breathing. Now if you're leaning, slowly bring yourself back upright. Everybody, hands to your hips. Now keep the right foot lifted, but release it from your left leg. And then step the right foot to the front. Both hands come down, left foot next to the right, forward fold. Once you're ready, take an inhale, lift it up halfway. And then with the exhale, set your hands, let's take it to crow. Palms down, grip the floor with your fingers, lift your heels, and bring the knees to touch your arms. Look forward, lean forward, go slow, and lift your feet together if you're gonna balance it. Big toes to touch, heels to your seat. Now if you're gonna take it to one-legged crow, step your feet down, walk back to that shortened down dog. And then shift your shoulders forward over your wrists, arms are vertical. Left knee to the left upper arm. Now shoulders forward, bend the elbows toward you, keep them in line. Let your head come forward and down as your hips lift. And see about lifting that right big toe up off the floor. Maybe just hold here. You could pull the right knee in close if you like, or maybe lift that straight right leg. Just take things to where you can. When you're ready, take another vinyasa. Out of that once you find a down dog. And we'll even everything out on this side. So when you're ready here, take an inhale. With the exhale, bend your knees, look forward, step or float. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to stand and reach up high. With the exhale, sink into chair one more time. Put the weight to heels, bend your knees, and bring your hips down low. Now once you settle in, bind it high. Left hand behind your head, palm facing in. Right palm faces the other way. Clasp your fingers. Now with your right hand, pull the left arm behind your head. Press your head into your left arm. Shoulders pull back. Keep your chest open. Be sure you can still look forward. You can always sink this lower. Now focus weight on the right foot. Lift your left heel. You're still in chair. One more time like this. Left leg forward. Dip the big toe down. And then draw that semicircle all the way back. Bring it to the front. Draw that semicircle back again. Bring it forward, keep your gaze forward. Bring that left big toe all the way back one more time. And then bring it to the front again. Set the left foot down next to the right and then lift your right heel. When you're ready, straighten your left leg, lift your right knee and hold. Find your balance, sticking to that left big toe. Now once you're stable, release your grip. Hands to your hips, keep looking forward. With your right hand, take hold of the right knee, pull it out to the side and keep the toes pointed down. And this is good enough. You can just balance right here. Now, if you're ready to take it further, hinging with that open hip on this side, put a little bit on your left knee. Hinge from your left hip. Keep your gaze forward, fold down toward halfway, just to where you can balance. Go slow. And then bring yourself back up to vertical. And that right knee stays more or less where it is the whole time. Hinge from the left hip. Keep a little bit on that knee. Keep your gaze forward, come down toward halfway. Bring it back up to vertical with the right knee out to the side. One more time. Hinge from the left hip. Bring your torso down toward parallel with the floor. Take it slow. And then one more time, come back up the vertical. Now once you back upright, go ahead, bring that right knee forward. Take an inhale. With the exhale, step the right foot back, bring both hands down, come into your low lunge. Low lunge to your fallen triangle again. Extend that left leg off to the right. Drop the right heel, reach your right arm high. Keep your hips lifted, bring your gaze up high. Hold this. Now, if you're going to take it further, you take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm facing, pull that shoulder back. Maybe lift the left foot up off the floor. Now, if you can keep that foot lifted, touch the left heel to your right knee and extend the leg. Heel to knee, extend the leg. Heel to knee again, extend the leg, take an inhale. And with the exhale, back to center, both hands down, left foot between your hands, low lunge. Now, from your low lunge to warrior two, with an inhale, drop your right heel, lift your torso, windmill the arms, and open out to the right side this time. Now give yourself a moment to adjust your stance. Deep in left knee, straight right leg. One line from the front heel to the back arch. Let your hips sink low. Reach equally front to back. Let's take this back and forth. Inhale, reverse. Right hand to the right thigh, left arm high and back. Exhale, extend. Left elbow to left thigh, right arm high forward. Inhale, reverses. Exhale, extend. Inhale, reverse. Exhale, extend it forward and keep it forward. Now take a half bind, right arm behind your back, palm face me, pull that shoulder back, bring your gaze up high. This is plenty right here. And if you want to go further, bring the left arm down or left hand down inside the left leg. Now stay open to the side. If you want to go deeper, go ahead and sink down, take the full bind, reach underneath, and find that grip behind you. The right shoulder stays lifted, you're still looking at the ceiling however deep you go. Now from here, take an inhale. And with the exhale, just slowly release. Bring your hands to your hips, bring your torso upright. And then turn the heels in towards center, toes out. And bring yourself into that horse stance. Now deep into the knees, bring your hips down low, thighs toward parallel with the floor, just move around. And then settle in the center with your hands in front of your chest. Now again, we're going to switch this back and forth. Keep the hips at this level or lower. And let's start to move. So bring the weight over to the right foot, maybe lift the toes or left. Keep this low, come over to your left side, right leg straightens out, lift the toes. Keep it low, back through center, come over to the right again, far as you can go. And then through center, bring it to your left side, keep your hips close to the floor. Now bring it through center, but lift your right heel, lift the toes, left foot, try to come down lower. Back through center, the left heel lifts as the right leg straightens out and you point the toes of the right foot up. Through center, come over to the right side again, lift your right heel. Back through center, keep it low, lift your left heel this time. And then one more time, bring it through center to the right. The right heel lifts, come down to sitting on that right heel as close as you can. You can use your hands, you can touch the floor, try to keep them lifted if you can. Dig down into the left heel as the toes point up. And then from here, we're going to stay to the right side. So when you're ready, set the right heel down, look down. And turn that right foot so it's parallel to the short side of the mat. Lift your left heel. Drag the big toe in till all the weight's on the right leg. Bring yourself to standing with your left knee high. Find your balance. Now once you're ready, take it in a tree. Left foot somewhere inside the right leg. Maybe the ankle, the toes on the floor. Maybe to the inside of the calf. You can bring it up further with the foot on the inside of the right thigh. Now keep that left knee pointed out to the side wherever the foot's planted. And keep yourself upright, dig into the right big toe. Hands wherever it keeps you balanced. Hips, heart center, you can reach straight up. If you want to go further, left arm open inside the left leg, keep some tension between the arm and leg. Maybe reach the right arm high. If you want to go further, you can reach that right arm up and over. Maybe start to lean left. Just take it to where you can here. Now if you're leaning, slowly bring yourself upright, hands to your hips. Release the left foot, but keep it lifted. When you're ready, step the left foot to the front of the mat. Bring both hands down. Right foot next to the left, forward fold. From here, take an inhale, lift up halfway. And then with the exhale, set the hands up for crow. So the hands are shoulder width, dig your fingertips down, lift your heels. Knees come to touch your arms. Look forward, lean forward, go slow. And if you're going to balance it, lean, set the feet lift together. Big toes to touch, heels to your seat. Now, if you want that one-legged crow, go ahead, step it down. Come back into that shortened down dog. Now, once you find that, shoulders forward over your wrists, arms are vertical. Lift your right knee and touch the right knee to the right upper arm. Shoulders forward, bend the elbows in toward you. Look forward as your head comes forward and down. Lift your hips. Let that left foot get light. Maybe pull the left knee in. Maybe hinge from the hips and lift that straight left leg. Take it to where you can. And then move through one more vinyasa when you're ready. Now once you find your down dog, we're going to take this into half pigeon. So when you're ready, inhale the right leg high behind you. With the exhale, bring it forward, right knee behind the right wrist, right ankle somewhere behind the left. Now go ahead, flatten your left foot, straighten your left leg, pull your left hip forward, keep it in line with the right. Sink your weight straight down and keep your hips squared. Now look for at least some of that stretch on the right side, outer right hip or toward the glutes. And you got a choice. You can just stay extended like this. You can come into more extension if you want to back bend. And if you want to melt down, you come down to the elbows, maybe melt down all the way. Just take this to where you need to and breathe here. Nothing wrong with relaxing this pose if that's where you want to be. All right, now slowly for me, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. And then just lower yourself to the right hip, swing your left leg forward. And let's take this to the Lord of the Fishes. So the right heel comes outside your left hip, the left foot steps outside your right thigh. And give yourself a moment to set this up, get both sit bones to the floor. Now if this is too much and your hips are really tight, you can always do this with the right leg extended forward and the left leg crossed over your right knee. Now once you're ready, either way, set the left hand down behind you, inhale your right arm straight up. And with the exhale, move into the twist. Right elbow past your left thigh. Now keep your spine tall. Reach up to the crown of your head. Look back over your left shoulder. And then use your right arm, press into your left leg, and keep your spine extending vertically as you're twisting. Just breathe with us here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Now bring both hands over to your right side. Open up your chest to the right. And we're actually going to take this as a more active twist on this side. So I want you to set your right hand down directly behind you. Inhale your left arm high. And then with the exhale, bring the left elbow down inside your left leg. Now if you can, with the left hand, reach for the left big toe. But press up through that right arm. Keep your torso upright. Reach the top of that toward the ceiling. Look over your right shoulder. And keep that left ankle or left shin pressing into your right thigh as you're twisting here. Take an inhale. And then with the exhale, just release. Turn back to center, both hands down behind. Lean back, untangle the legs. And just cross the ankles. Roll forward your hands. Step this back to down dog. And from your down dog, we'll take all that to the other side. So with your next inhale, raise your left leg high. With the exhale, bring it forward. Left knee behind the left, wrist up ankle somewhere behind the right. Flatten your right foot, straighten the right leg. Pull your right hip forward. Keep your hips in line. Keep them squared. And just sink your weight straight down. Look for some of that stretch on the left side, outer hip or toward the glutes. Again, you can just stay extended like this. You can take the extension deeper if you want to back bend. Maybe melt down to the elbows. Maybe take it further down. Take it to where you need to. And then again, for me, if your hands are forward, walk them in close. Lower to the left hip, swing your right leg forward this time. And let's take this to the Lord of the Fishes. So left heel outside the right hip, or left leg extended forward if you need. Step the right foot outside your left thigh. Give yourself a moment, get both sit bones down. Once you're ready, set the right hand down behind, inhale your left arm up high. And with the exhale, move into your twist. Left elbow past the right thigh. Now keep your spine tall, reach the crown of the head straight up. Look back over your right shoulder. Use your left arm, press into the right leg, and keep reaching up through the top of your head as you're looking back. Just breathe. Take a deep inhale. Now with the exhale, release from this side. Bring both hands over to your left. And we'll engage this the other way. So set your left hand down behind you. Inhale your right arm high this time. And with the exhale, bring that right elbow down inside the right leg. Now if you can, reach for that right big toe. Take hold of it. Now still sit this up tall. Reach the top of the head toward the ceiling. Look back over your left shoulder. Now use the right arm, press it to the right leg, but use the right leg, the right ankle or right shin, and press it into your left thigh. Breathe here. Take a deep inhale. And then with the exhale, just release this. Turn back to center, hands behind you. Lean back, untangle your legs. And this time, come all the way down onto your back. Now once you're down, just pull your knees into your chest, squeeze everything in tight. And let's take this to happy baby. Go ahead and reach between the knees. Take hold of the outside edges of your feet. And then stack your ankles above your knees and pull down. Try to draw the knees down toward the floor outside your ribs. Press your feet back up in your hands at the same time. Keep the tension working both up and down. And try to flatten your spine, stick your tailbone down toward the floor. If you want to take it further, you can rock a little bit side to side. Further still, you can extend your legs out against your grip. And then finally, when you're ready, take a deep inhale here. Drop down as much as you can. And then with the exhale, just release. Extend your legs out fully. Lay your arms at your sides. Open up your palms toward the ceiling. And then just let your eyes close here and let your body settle down into the mat. Now when you're ready here, just start to move again bit by bit, fingers and toes, arms and legs. And stretch this out long. Take a deep inhale, reach your arms out past your head. And then pull things back in. Bring your knees toward your chest, pull the elbows in as well. And just take your time. Find your way up to a comfortable seat. And then ground yourself into the mat, stack your spine. Bring your hands up to heart center. Take a deep inhale here, hold on to at the top. And then just let everything go. Thank you for joining class. Namaste.